You're a male or you have a male connected to you. Raise your two hands. Wherever you are. Kashibadalaya. By the sound of your amen, I decree your DNA is purified. There will be no transfer of negativity from one generation to another. To every male under the sound of my voice, you will serve the Lord. To every male under the sound of my voice, you will lift up the banner of Jesus. To every male under the sound of my voice, you will not fight the battles the previous generation fought. To every male under the sound of my voice, you will not die prematurely. To every male under the sound of my voice, you will not rise and fall. To every male under the sound of my voice, you will not be a beggar in destiny. To every male under the sound of my voice, you will not be distracted. To every male under the sound of my voice, another will not wear your crown. To every male under the sound of my voice, your beauty will not be your yesterday. To every male under the sound of my voice, you will not be a mockery to the gospel of Jesus. To every male under the sound of my voice, every conspiracy against you, may they see shame. To every male under the sound of my voice, I announce you move with speed, you move with grace, you move with fire. Receive it right now. To every male under the sound of my voice, you will not see shame. To every male under the sound of my voice, your seed will be mighty upon the earth. Your seed will be mighty upon the earth. I don't care whether you believe me or not. To every male under the sound of my voice, God is turning your mistakes into a miracle. God is turning your mistakes into a miracle. To every man under the sound of my voice, I release the power of discipline. Receive consistency. Receive fear of God. Receive passion for the kingdom. Right now, to every man under the sound of my voice, out of your belly will flow rivers. Will flow rivers. Will flow rivers of living water. To every man under the sound of my voice, the heaven will not be locked against you. Your heaven will be open. To every man under the sound of my voice, I announce, take over the gates of your enemies. Take over the gates of your enemies. To every man under the sound of my voice, darkness will cover the earth and gross darkness the people, but the glory of the Lord shall rise upon you. Right now, right now, right now, right now. To every man under the sound of my voice, you will not serve your mentor. To every man under the sound of my voice, every gift and talent the Lord has given you, let it rise and burst out. To every man under the sound of my voice, may the Lord send you helpers. May the Lord send you help. To every man under the sound of my voice, you will not walk against yourself. You will not walk against your destiny. Right now, to every man under the sound of my voice, any demonic connection that will bring you down, if your amen will turn down, let it be broken. Let it be broken. Let it be broken. Let it be broken. To every man under the sound of my voice, receive favor, high favor beyond your imagination. To every man under the sound of my voice, you will not have a better yesterday. You will not have a better yesterday. To every man under the sound of my voice, your journey will not be interrupted in your transition. Your journey will not be interrupted in your transition. To every man under the sound of my voice, may the Lord bless you. May the Lord bless you in a way you never imagined. Right now, right now, right now, right now. To every man under the sound of my voice, what others cannot do, God will use you to do it. To every man under the sound of my voice, spirit of famine, spirit of barrenness, on the sound of your amen, they are reversed from your life, reversed from your destiny. Right now, to every man under the sound of my voice, you will serve the Lord. You will be passionate about God. You will burn with fire. You will live for Jesus. Heaven will be proud of you. Glory will speak over your life. Right now, right now, right now, right now. To every man under the sound of my voice, I announce, let fire burn the spirit of perversion. Let fire burn addiction. upon everything that is not of God. Right now, right now, right now. To every male under the sound of my voice, you will not call upon God and end up in shame. I decree it is done.